Alright, this is the 6th video, right? Shut up. Shut your mouth. Alright. It's the 6th video. And, you know, going from when I just left off, right? Where the 1% doesn't want cheap oil, right? And 99% of us want cheap oil, benefit from cheap oil, right? And if you were like the type of person that I am, where you're constantly trying to find information and everything like that, you were obsessed like a couple years with the peak oil, right? Peak oil was the thing in the oil market. Like, they were like, when are we gonna heat put oil? How much is peak oil? Where is peak oil? Da 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 da. Because the whole idea of peak oil and the oil market was this concept of scarcity. Okay, the entire economy didn't run if we didn't have oil. So that was a justification for Iraq. It was a justification for a lot of really foul ass shit geopolitically. Is if we don't have oil, and I'm not talking about like, oh, we don't have oil, you know, we lose access to oil, or the price discovery or something like that. There's an issue, the trading or whatever. It couldn't last hours without that market trading. The commodities market trades 24/7, okay? Because the globe is 24/7. That, I mean, even time is 24/7. Like, when you're trading in things that aren't, you know, fiat, that aren't based off your government, you're going to be trading in the market that's 24/7. Okay, stock market is not that market because it doesn't trade 24/7. It obviously has, you know, outside controls. It has access barriers where you can't trade on Sunday, right? But say the forex market, where you're dealing with separate currencies, it's 24/7 because someone is up 24/7 a day trading this shit. It never is not gonna not be traded because it needs to be traded for it to have value. You understand what I'm saying? So currency, U.S. currency doesn't have value in itself without its relationship to separate currencies. And if you've been paying attention and watching the previous videos, you kind of understand that if you're a small country, and with the power that gives you when your currency starts to improve versus US dollar, because this was a completely one-sided bet, completely one-sided relationship earlier. When you have oil as a scarcity, all right, you have one senior supplier, Saudi Arabia, and it has to be traded in US dollars, so you have to naturally accept risk and debt from the US, from the US, to be able to light your house, da 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 da, right? As more people are waking up to the idea that, hey, I can, one, defund wars, right? And a lot of pain and suffering in the world just by not burning shit, which has the added benefit of fucking, the environment and all that. But no one really gives a shit about that, okay? It's always about money. It's always about the bottom line. And at the end of the day, it's cheaper to get off oil than to stay on the shit. It is. You're shaking your head. It is. And I'll tell you why. Because the whole thing is based on a 10 to 15 year time scale. All right? And in 10 to 15 years, we won't be using nowhere near the amount of oil that we're using right now. This is how it starts. If we